thinks they've got a heck of a chance to get there. Then you flip it over to Tennessee.
It's the dawn of a new era for us at EA Sports as the 2016 NFL season is underway. It comes from Dexter. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by
the position of quarterback in the NFL, because his ability to run with the football, you may not utilize it as little as other coaches have in the past. You may emphasize that part of the game a little bit more.
A first down throw for Mariota, and incomplete to open things up. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was in the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Now here's the first carry for DeMarco Murray. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Well, in 2016 in Tennessee, DeMarco Murray, we're going to find out if it was style, scheme, does he still have it or not. He thinks he's going to be more comfortable with the Titans.
Yeah, because that fall off last year, 2014, over 1,800 yards, 392 carries.
One of the best seasons running the football that we've seen in recent years.
So the Titans are forced to punt as Brett Kern is on to do the honors. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So here come the Vikings with a long field ahead of them. They'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
It really is. And how many times have we heard from coaches that you make your most improvement as a player between year 1 and year 2? I'm going to say they're wrong in terms of Teddy Bridgewater. I think he makes more improvement again in year 3 because they want the ball downfield more. Big strikes, and I think Teddy Bridgewater can supply it, especially off of the play-action passes.
Time to feature the offensive starters and to give some love to the tight end, Kyle Rudolph.
He's been to the Pro Bowl already, battled a few injuries, but he's back and better than ever. Has added a little yoga to his regimen in order to make it more nimble. That makes it that much harder for the defenders to catch him.
Let's go. Hey. 2nd down, Bridgewater. On the catch, it's Jarius Wright. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play. And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
A look at the defensive starters for Tennessee.
When Brian Orakpo was born, there was no doubt that with that name, he was going to be a defensive player and a good one. He knows how to get to quarterbacks.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. A play fake to Peterson. Now Bridgewater. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. So on 4th down, the Vikings send out Blair Walsh to try the field goal here. This will be from 49 yards out. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this will remain a scoreless game. So it's an empty possession there, and you have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise, and this will come up short.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Encroachment, defense. Automatic first down.
Mariota now to throw on first down. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And right with it here over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On first down, Murray. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Anthony Barr almost defies description at times. He's built like a defensive end, but he plays outside linebacker and does it quite well.
Murray the lone setback. Snap count threw the defense off. 5-yard penalty.
Encroachment, defense. Still 2nd down.
Following the penalty, it's Murray. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. But good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space.
And this is caught. It's Green Beckham for the Titan touchdown. Dorial Green Beckham from 8 yards out. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. And for Mariota, that's the first touchdown pass of the season here in his sophomore campaign.
And do you remember the season opener against Tampa when he was a rookie? 4 touchdown passes, I believe, in the first half of that game. Was absolutely phenomenal, an exceptional player. I expect him to just keep getting better because he has it all. Has the height, has the brains, the arm, and, of course, those terrific wheels that'll get him out of trouble.
Burst onto the scene last year, getting the first touchdown pass here in 2016. And now out comes Minnesota. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And here's the first NFL catch for Laquan Treadwell. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Wright's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
The ball carrier there, Adrian Peterson, he turned 31 back in March.
But after his return from knee surgery a few years ago, that incredible return, I don't think we look at his number the same way as we do a lot of running backs who turn 30.
Yeah, I agree. And right now, standing 17th all-time in the NFL rushing ranks.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
An expecting pass. Here's Bridgewater. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And this is no good. Close, but no cigar, just wide right. And this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now a 2nd down run for Murray. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense's long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Nashville right after this. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. They run again with Peterson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on your quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. Here's Jeff Locke now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now McCluster. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Titans getting set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
Mariota on first down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Mariota on 3rd and 2. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Dorial Green Beckham, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. All right, shift now to the Tennessee defense here. They'll be hoping to come up with that same type of effort they had last time when they forced the punt that led to a touchdown.
And that type of effort just continues to carry over.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Wesley Woodyard. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for DeMarco Murray out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd down.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. 12 yards to go on 3rd down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And Walker has it. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And Suckup will put this one right through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one.
And a loose football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule.
And Peterson. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves. Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you? And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity map to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game. Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, try to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's Mariota finding time. Left side caught by Matthews. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Tennessee after this. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Kendall Wright, the intended target. And now it's second down. Second down following the incompletion. Throwing again, Mariota on 2nd and 10. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. 10 yards to go on third.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
15 yards through the air and a first down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. I I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Again, it's Mariota. That's caught at the 2. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. Mariota again. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Delaney Walker, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a Tennessee score. This one taken just inside the 10. Spinning past him. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Bridgewater, and that is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. So here we go now, an extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Yep. And another timeout here called by the Titans. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Jeff Locke now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there.
And he can't get away. Mariota goes down, and that is going to be a safety.
Yeah, this is good. I'm not going to even sugarcoat this one. I did not care at all for that play call.
Well, there's just so little time. You don't have much time to do anything. Why not, Charles, just run the football, take it into the locker room?
As you know, there are more bad things than good that can happen when you're backed up this deep with this little time. And sure enough, this is a late safety. Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right half. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Well, my apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry, so we're going to get him right to quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. We focus our attention on the Titans defense now. They had a pretty solid first half. Not many adjustments, but I guess there's probably always some adjustments that can be made.
Usually it's just tightened down on the things we've worked on all week in practice. Everyone thinks adjustments are bringing in something absolutely new. For the most part, it's tweaks or just emphasizing what you've worked on already. And that's what they're planning to do here in the second half.
They won't be looking to reinvent the wheel. A second down throw for Bridgewater. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
They'll run it. Here's Peterson. Oh, look at the juke. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
That run is what defenses don't like about dealing with Adrian Peterson. His ability to drop his shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even convinced that when they blow the whistle, he's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way. Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up.
Trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, what a move. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And the 2 points always stings, but they can put this in the end zone. You could make it a 2-score swing.
That stinging is probably that shot you take to the body. But now they can hit them in the chin with a big one, can't they? I mean, they can come right up and smack them and really create a great advantage for themselves.
An opportunity to take advantage. We'll see if they do just that.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
On second down, Peterson. And he's got room. And he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Here's McKinnon. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Second down following the run.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And a spring.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Michael Pruitt, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. And so we have the touchdown now. Here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. Bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They go with Murray again. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop his shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Murray. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They're trying to establish that running game, but they're really having trouble, aren't they?
Yeah, when you're running against a really good 4-3 defense, that means you've got big guys inside who control things. Those big defensive tackles are making it very difficult to find open space.
Play action now. Mariota. And he locates Walker, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
Hey, when Marcus Mariota was at Oregon, throwing to the tight end wasn't much of an option, was it? That spread offense, you didn't have him on the field too much. Now he's got one of the best in the game in Delaney Walker.
Well, last year, Walker led all the tight ends with 94 catches. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes where people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On third down, Bridgewater. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact.
Away. They threw it on first down, and when they were unsuccessful, it became second and long. Didn't get it again on another pass. Went third and long, and they almost had to put it in the air. They may want to rethink some strategy going forward.
They can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7, and it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so...
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield.
Back now in Nashville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle.
But we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Viking football here as they take possession. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
To throw, Bridgewater. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for Jarius Wright that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion.
A nickel set shown by the Titans on 3rd down.
Thinking pass. Here's Bridgewater. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Wes Wesley Woodyard. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. Pardon me, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
They run with Murray, and he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at the 15. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jason McCourty.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. A 20th carry coming up now for Murray. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. Murray, the lone setback. He's going to get the football. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT. And it's incomplete. Michael Pruitt, the big tight end, is intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Bridgewater fakes a give to Peterson. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Here's Bridgewater. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Okay, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And right with it here over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. First down, Bridgewater. And he slings one that's incomplete. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Another tote for the workhorse here this afternoon, Peterson. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up to play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it fourth down.
I know most of the time when the ball...
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Again, it's Murray. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted.
Murray fighting, lost the football. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game.
There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really...